Hey everybody, how you doing today? So we have the Huawei P40. You might be surprised what's going on with me. Why did they get this device? So if you go back in my channel, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I used to have a phone, the P20 Pro, and P20 Pro was a phone that was major on my channel that actually brought my channel to this level of 12,000 subscribers. This started with 1 million views in one video with unboxing of P20 Pro. Now, I'm not getting into the unboxing about P20 Pro, but today we're going to talk about the P40. This is not the Pro version, this is just a normal P40, and there are many good things about it actually that actually for me it brought back all the previous experience of my P20 Pro and actually better. So I would actually mention some stuff that I've been using this for around maybe 2 years, 2 weeks actually. So let me just show you some stuff. Number one, the size. This phone, if you think about the spec that's inside and you think about the size and think about the aspect ratio, like for example, look at this aspect ratio. It's almost like full. Like if they manage to hide this camera, this camera bump over here, or the notch, it would be like the most how can I say it? The most screen to aspect ratio flat phone in the world, like in the world period. Like you can see there is no bezels, almost there's no bezels on the screen at all, and it's flat. So this is really great way to actually present a phone that with this size and this aspect of you know great spec. Now, speaking of spec, let's just quickly look at the phone when it comes to the aesthetics. So I didn't do an unboxing because I opened it before, but I'm just gonna go through things that I actually see it very interesting about this phone. Let me see what happened. There's some dust gets in here, but anyways, you can change the screen protector. But let's just take a look at the top here. So the top we have a one microphone and we have two antennas. And by the way, the antennas here are 5G. So this is a current 990 5G. And I was surprised how good this 5G is. So I'm going to tell you later on in another video what I'm talking about. So we have two antennas, one microphone. On the right side, we have another two antennas, volume up and down, and power button. That's really great, very well built. There is no type of like I say, quality control stuff issues here. This really great tactile feeling, and there's no sound to it, like very quiet sound. It's very great, very well built. So in the back here we have a speaker, which is really great, actually great speaker. There is no dual speakers, I believe, in this phone, but this single speaker is really great, and the back is vibrating as well, just like the LG. There is one LG phone that actually vibrates and give you nice good bassy sound, but this speaker is really great. We have a USB type C, another two antennas, one microphone, and the SIM card installment over here. Now on the left side we have the microphone. So we have the antenna, and we have the, as you can see on the right side, this is the nothing here. So yeah, on the back where everything is very interesting. See, this color is nice. Doesn't attract fingerprints actually, as you can see. Very nice brushed glass. I believe it's glass. Yes, glass, but I'm not sure what type of glass they use here with the Huawei. But the camera here is the the start of the show. Now you might say, hey, it's not like the top of the line camera because it's not the Pro version, but this camera is the best at this size. Let me just say this, the best at this size. As small as this phone is, if you're actually using a Pixel, like Pixel 4a and all that stuff, you'll be familiar with this phone because it's almost the same size and you can easily lock your fingers here. Now most phones, if you different, it depends on you how big your hand is. But my hand is like, it's not that big, it's average hand, so it does lock in on the phone, which is really good news. So here, Leica, we have ultra wide here, and we have the zoom lens, and we have the main lens as well. So we have ultra wide, zoom, main camera, 50 megapixel. So you have basically the what do you call it, the trifactor of cameras, like the basic thing. There's no macro bullshitting, there's no other depth stupid stuff. It's just a pure and simple way for your phone. Now you might talk about the like front camera. What's up with the front camera here? The front camera is actually great at the daytime, but at night, if you're shooting videos at night, it's gonna struggle a little bit. And this is the only thing I would actually criticize this type of camera, that even though it's a 32 megapixel, at night it's not performing good in video mode. But in pictures, both in the back cameras and the front cameras are really great. The back camera video, the main camera video is really also great. Stability is great, but sometimes it gets some shakiness, you know, with the blurriness when you switch between an area and other. Like when you move it left and right, you see these, you know what I'm talking about. The phone is actually great. I like it. Now, what surprised me is that the chipset, this current 990 is a monster. I'm talking about like why I'm saying it's a monster. I did the test 5G here at my home. I have the Snapdragon 865 Plus and I have Snapdragon 870. Both of these like newer phones from before the current 990 came out. So the current 990 is like way faster 5G phone than these two, the Snapdragon phones. And I was surprised because I did the same test, the same SIM card installed here and installed in other phone, and I found that the current 990 gets me 100, and I've showed you, there's a video before that I showed you how fast it is, about 140 150 megabytes per second. And the other Snapdragons, even the iPhones, can't even only hit 80 megabytes per second. So 80 and 150, that's like, let's say 100% speed, almost 100% speed increase. So that's crazy by itself. But yeah, so user experience is really great here. I'm enjoying this phone. I'm still actually experiencing some other stuff on this phone. Now let's get into the what people want to know, the Google application. So this is my first phone without Google. I'm used to have my Google phones all the time, my applications, but this phone is the first time I'm using it without Google apps. So you can see here I have the PSP emulator, I have Dolphin, Speed Test, Brave, Demi PS2, but YouTube you cannot use YouTube. You have to use the advanced, called it, there is another manager you have to download. Anyways, the trick here is that you go to PayTal search, and through PayTal search you install the name of the application, and it's gonna search for you in APK form. And from what I know, that Huawei made sure that this is a safe search, you know, without making they're not gonna give you like the worst or the most you know, malicious APKs. They were gonna give you the best sources that you can get for this application. That, to be honest with you, if I was Huawei, this is the best thing I can do. I cannot do anything. They locked the door. They shut the door in my face and they locked it. So the only thing is I can do is try to crack the you know, the lock. So they were able to get things. So Netflix is here. You can get it. I'll talk about maybe later on when Netflix and test if it's actually with HD. But anyways, Netflix is, I don't advise you to use Netflix in the small screen. Gaming is nice. Genshin Impact is playable here, and yeah, there'll be more videos later on. This is just a first look, and I like it. I really like it. I hope Google comes back to Huawei, man. Huawei made the great phones the past 2 years. Yeah, and I hope they continue, because the market is sleeping right now, unfortunately. When Samsung is actually now is the king, and they start slacking though, so the market is like. So I hope, if Huawei is not the champion, I hope Oppo gets into Huawei footsteps and bring a lot of good things to the market. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you in another video.